What is happening, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Made by Miles podcast. I am your host, Kieran Ingram, and today we are joined by one of our own clients inside of the Extra Mile programme. And we have brought in this client because when he joined, he was very crystal clear in what it was he wanted to achieve. And very few and far between does everything on that list get ticked off. And that's nothing bad for anyone who doesn't tick off everything off when they join the programme. It's just, I've never met a guy who was so clear on his goals, on his targets. And even at the weekend there, when we got to one of his major goals, he was already talking about the next goal, the next target. And I would say that he's very orientated in that regard, and that is why he sees so much success, even down to the point where him and his partner know the next 3 to 4, maybe even 5 years in terms of house moves and everything across the board, man. The guy's switched on, man. But the guy's name is obviously Neil McPhee, and we're going to take a big deep dive into his journey inside of the Extra Mile, where he has been able to lose over £100, which we're sitting at £105 down now, completed a photo shoot. He's raced multiple 10Ks. We've got some half marathons in there as well, but it's not like he's just completed 10Ks. He's got a sub 46. He's had a crazy time with a trail run that he actually never trained for, not because he couldn't be bored, but because work get massively in the way. And he's due his firstborn as well. So it's been all systems go for Neil. And I feel like this was a perfect time to get someone of his calibre onto the podcast, especially with it being made by Miles, because he has crafted his dream life and I've seen it happen in front of my eyes and I've been in awe of it. So we're going to peel that apart, and I know you're going to take stuff away from it where you can start to build your own dream life just like Neil has. So I think before we get tore into all the good stuff, we'll ask him the awkward question of, who is Neil McPhee?
The one question I've been paranoid about all day. I'm a normal guy.
Mm-hmm.
He said I've got a Monday to Friday job. I've got a wife. He said I've got a kid in the way. I've worked in the corporate world. I've generally lived the same life as everyone else. The only thing is I made the decision to change it and go do some cool stuff, to be better than I was, to try and pick that 1% that I can be better than that person yesterday. He said, you hate yourself a wee bit. He said that you want to be that bit better than where you were this time last year, this time last week, and be faster, be stronger, be a better person, be a better husband, friend, what be it, and push for more.
I love that, man. I love that. See, for somebody who was worried about answering that, you answered that very, very well, man.
I'll take that.
You'll take that, mate, definitely. Hey, that's a rap, man. Joking, man. We'll get that clipped, mate, definitely. But, mate, I love that answer as well, man, because like, you can actually see it oozing out you that you do crave progress. And we're obviously going to take a wee deep dive into what life was like before the Extra Mile, man. And I think from obviously how long I've known you, like that's all I've known about you was, right, I want to be better. But I think, correct me if I'm wrong here, that's always been a part of you, but it maybe hasn't been so much in a physical sense and like looking after yourself in a fitness world or in a healthy way, if you will. There's always been that need to be better. And I think a lot of people relate to this, man, but would you say that before the Extra Mile, your need to be better was solely in work, if you will? Yeah,
I was a complete workaholic. And that was partially driven from the company that I worked at first. They said it was a very old school surveyors. Like in my interview, I was told this isn't a 9 to 5 job. This is a 7 to 7 job. This is you're here till you're here. You start when you need to start. You finish when the work is done. And he said, I don't care if you have a social life. He said, if that report needs done, you do the report. And that's what was driven into me. And I think, like, at 16, I was desperate to work. I wanted as many hours as I could so that I could have as much money as I could so that I could go and buy a car or an iPad. I think that's what I spent my first paycheck on.
Nice, man. Nice.
Yeah. It was very 2013.
Was it not like the iPad?
2011.
iPod Nano when you were cutting a bit of that age, no?
That'd be the iPod Nano, mate.
You're
not even that much younger than me.
I know, 2 years. I'm just about a foot and a half smaller than you.
But and then that's just followed me through life, that if there's overtime going, then they know I'm going to do it. They don't even bother asking because they already know I'll just go do it without, like, I will moan, but not enough to actually say no.
When did that change?
I think, so it's during my career change, I went from surveying into IT. And then at that point, I was going from kind of a good wage to a kind of bottom wage. And at the same time, my whole life had turned upside down to an extent where we got engaged, we bought a house, and my mother-in-law died all in the space of about a year. So all the money we saved for the wedding, they went on the house. All the money that we had afterwards was kind of spent on takeaways and fuel, because just driving to the hospital every night. And then I get made redundant, and that was the point I went, screw surveying, and I get a crappy job that my dad got me because I didn't know what I wanted to do. But at that point I had 18 months to pay for a wedding, which is not cheap.
Yeah, so I'd imagine that you've done not the only thing that you know, but what you know you can do, and that's just work. And what kind of, like, it'd be good to kind of take a deep dive into this, because like we'll touch on the fact that you have lost over £100. You have became, in my opinion, an everyday athlete, someone who lives for 7 days a week and is excited the majority of days. Like, what kind of, not so much impact, what kind of impact did that have on you, like just constantly working? Because there'll be people that listen to this and they'll start to go, fuck, that's me.
I was negative. And like, we joke about it, I said, because my face tells you everything at all times, kind of thing.
It actually does. If I've took it too far, I know.
Oh yeah, I cannot hide it. And that's why, like, Teams conversations are an absolute nightmare for me, because I need to be cameras off as much as possible, because if I don't agree with what you're saying, my face is going to tell you. They said, although I'd done an interview that was a pure disaster the other week there.
Right.
And the guy said I had a really good poker face, and I was actually really proud of that.
So you've like subconsciously been working on that?
Oh, I was so paranoid about it before it. And I forgot the question.
So what kind of, it's cool, mate, it's cool. It's like, what kind of impact did that have on you when you had to get together a lot of money for a wedding in 18 months while already going through everything that you had went through, but then doing the only thing that you really knew how to was just bury your head into work? What kind of impact did that have on you?
I was just negative all the time, because I only had one sole focus, and it was to make money. I had nothing outside it. I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't enjoying myself. I wasn't finding purpose or just even something to do. All I done was work, eat and sleep, and lie on the couch or live for that Saturday that I can go play golf. And even at that, I ended up hating golf because I had to play it every Saturday, because that's what I do on a Saturday. And I wasn't getting any better because I was only playing it every second Saturday. And then I was just throwing clubs and throwing everything because it wasn't going well. And it wasn't anything to do with the golf, or it was just stress, because there was no enjoyment, there was no time off, there was no thing that I'm doing for me. I was playing golf every Saturday because that's what you do on a Saturday. That's what I signed up to do with my membership, and it actually not wasn't. I signed up to play whenever I wanted to. That's the whole point of it. I didn't have anything. I just had work.
I get that, man. And it's like, I think you'll not be alone in this, man. And I think everyone goes through a period where, like, they're not living, they're existing. And that's quite a scary thought. And it's like, you're literally, you're there in body, but you're just in Groundhog Day. And that's where we really try and, like, work with people like yourself, mate, where it's like, nah, fuck just living for the Saturday. got the rest of the week to live for. And like some people go like, well, what do you mean I still need to go to my work? And like I get that, right? But you need to have things in place where like we've got the 6 week rule I've always spoke to you guys about.
Yeah.
Where it's like if you've not got anything booked in 6 weeks, and I get obviously there's financial constraints, like you had a wedding, shit had to be done. But looking back on that, there was probably a better way of going about that. But you only know what you know. That's cool, man. But a lot of people, like if you've, for instance, the 6 week rule, if you've not got anything in place that you're looking forward to in 6 weeks, whether it be a date night, a night out, fucking a weekend away, whatever it may be, then what is the point? Do you know what I mean? And a lot of people will go, I need to do this right now. But it's like, right, how long have you been doing that thing that you need to do? And you normalise like the controlled chaos of working 60, 70 hour weeks. And then as you say, mate, like we'll obviously touch on it, but you probably just got to a point where you were like, fucking enough's enough, man. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes it happens to people. I've seen it firsthand where it happens to people just at the right time, man. And for you, it did happen at the right time. But then you see people where it's like not too far gone, but they've let it lie for so long and they just do the same thing, man.
I've been there so many times, and I remember coming home or it was during COVID, Ashley coming home from work, and I'd been up for 36 hours straight working.
That's mental, man.
I hadn't left the kitchen table in 36 hours because I had a deadline. And it was and from the start, it was an unreasonable deadline.
Mm-hmm.
It was near impossible. And the only thing I made from that, I got an extra 500 quid.
Mental, man.
And she came home and was like, what have you eaten? And I was like, I think I had a Mars bar at 7 o'clock this morning. Have you drank anything? I think I had a can of Lilt last night. This was at 6 o'clock on the Friday. And she was like, text your boss that you've got one more report to do. That can wait.
Yeah, 100%, man.
And she literally had to like hold me going to the couch because I hadn't moved.
That's mental.
I was so dehydrated, I hadn't eaten, I was ill, and made me phone a chippy just so that I had
something to eat,
something in my system.
So many people normalise that as well, mate.
Like that was normalised.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't unusual.
It's straight. It's not strange, right? Because like sometimes you've got to do what you've got to do, but like I see it firsthand and I've lived it. Like with the printers, like I remember we got a new machine installed, man, and like they were meant to like not be bringing in orders, obviously. But it's fucking Oxford and Cambridge, man. We're making the books for do you know what I mean? I was like, no fucking way. You telling Oxford that we're not making their books, man. They'll just go, it's happening, man. Mate, 3 months, man, we worked every single day. Yeah. And like, it's illegal. It's illegal, man. I remember I was like, I'm not doing that. No, you have to. I have no qualms of saying this because they were like, you have to do this. And I was like, fucking bullshit, man. I done it, but do you know what I mean? Because like, you kind of like, what I notice is, see when you... No, I need to be careful what I say here because I've been away from an employed life for so long. So, like, it could be maybe a wee bit out of touch now. But what I found was management were very, very good in certain businesses and industries at making more work seem like a reward. Yeah. And, like, they go, but if you get this more work, you'll be higher regarded. I'm like, oh, it's sound, man. Somebody who could fire me in a second thinks I'm a good guy. Like,
I think
about it, man.
So much of it's naivety.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Because you just think... Like, I was told this from 18, that this is the standard that's expected of you. So at 24, I'm still going with what he told me at 18. Even though the business has moved on massively, all these different things have happened. And actually, it's not the same business as it was when I was at 18. It modernised massively. But I'm still in that same mindset, and I'm still thinking, he said, if I do a good job, then he's going to notice me. Mm-hmm. And it was just so naive that I can now at least sit here and go, that was stupid. Yeah, but mate, you learn your lessons, man, and see what's very, very like curious, right? Because there'll be a lot of people watching us, right? And there's certain industries where like you need graft, man. You need to put it work in. Like even like myself, right? I'm sitting here on my high horse, right? Self-employed. Like, started this year, you've seen it. Yeah. Fried myself. Just completely fried myself where I was close to going back into hospital with my CD. Like, I was like, guys, I need to, like, watch what I'm doing here, but I'm very open and honest about that. Like, cool, man. I've called you out a few times.
Yeah, man. Like, you even said to me, I was like, you need to
take
chill
a
out.
holiday.
Aye, and that's why he's such a great client, man. Do you know what I mean? Get yourself a Neil. But it's like, stop working. Okay, Neil. But on my kind of point there, man, where like you don't know what you don't know, right? So when you do go through the phases and you kind of normalise all that, like the workaholic things, you need to do what you need to do. But like what I find very, very curious is this year, for obviously we're very, very close, so I know what's been happening with like your own career, and you've obviously got promotion.
Yep.
It would be quite interesting to see how many hours you've put in this year, regardless of like some of the like times of the year you've had to go for it compared to other years. And this is potentially, don't know the ins and outs, you'll let me know in a minute, but this could potentially be one of the most rewarding years in your career, like with promotions and different bits and bobs like that.
Completely. So 2023, I had the highest overtime out of anyone.
Mm-hmm. Did you wear that like a badge of honour?
And I was 3 times the person in second place.
That's wild, man. It's wild, man. And then like even just saying that, right? When you think about this year as a whole, you really put yourself first, which we're going to take a deep dive into. You're
The
like
first
really,
time, definitely
the first time, right? And you got a promotion in your career. And I don't know if that's just coincidence or whatever, right? But sometimes I really like the quote is like, if you cannot be 100% for yourself, how the fuck can you be 100% for anything else? You just won't be.
It literally came up in one of the conversations today, and that I said how my mood is in general now. Is that I went from being almost an employee that was negative, that was the bosses tell me to do this, or I'm overworked, to right, okay, let's look at a solution, or how can we make this a wee bit better, or let's go talk to people. I said, you don't sort anything through emails. I can't stand that. I said, I'm not the person to sit and email, because I will phone you.
Yeah, what's going on, mate?
I said, my boss knows and comments on it that, see, if he sends me he knows he needs to plan 20 minutes into his day, is that if he sends me even an odd Teams message or something, he knows I'm going to phone him.
I love that, man. I love that.
Because I'm not just going to answer you. I want to know the backstory. I want to know everything
what's
about
going
it
on,
before
man?
I give you the answer.
Yeah. Cover your own ass, man. I think as well, but man, like, if there's anything to take away from this kind of section of the podcast, man, is like, yeah, you can graft, you can work your ass into the ground, whatever, cool, man, you do you, man. Like, whatever you think you need to do is sound. But like, we've got living proof that Neil over here, who done that, worked himself to the ground, found himself in a pretty shit spot physically and mentally, to then now making himself a priority in a very good position with his career, and very time rich as well as health rich, and financially in a good spot, obviously. Like, cool, man. But it's like, it just shows you that the answer isn't burying your head in the sand. The answer isn't burying your head in work. Sometimes the answer is actually addressing like the real issues in the room. And like, as well, like, I kind of put you in this, not in the spot with it, but I remember when we had our first, no game plan call, discovery call. I don't need all that mindset stuff, man. Don't need it. And I was like, all right, mate, cool. And it was like that. I kind of just went, cool, man, cool. Tell me that in 2 months. And then we got you on board, and the wheels started turning, and you went, fuck. I didn't realise how bad I felt, and like, you just get a penny drop moment. And sometimes it is just about, because we were speaking, how long were we talking back and forth, man? Probably about 3 months or something.
It was a good few months.
And then you just messaged me and
back and forth.
Because you done what a lot of people do is, I want to get to this point and then I'll get a coach. You done that, and like, don't get me wrong, like, Neil's lost 105 pounds, right? You lost about 30 of that before you came in.
Yeah, I'd lost 2 stone. Because it was one of those ones I said, right, because I always planned to get a coach. That was one of the things that I'd said right at the start. I said, right, because I know how to diet. Well, I just starved myself for 2 months basically, but I knew that
Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that.
But it was one of these ones, I knew that was a quick fix.
Yeah.
To get me to a stage that I felt I was comfortable to try the gym again. So it got me to a point that I thought, right, I can do this, but I don't know what I'm doing. So I need somebody to tell me what to do.
Yeah. And it was quite funny, man, because like when you first joined the Extra Mile, I kind of know what your answer would be like, but like you were very surface level with it.
Oh,
It's
majorly.
like, right, this is my calories, man, I'll do that, man, this is my steps, this is my training and stuff like that. And I'm like, right, okay. And then I'm very good at like poking and probing at the questions and that kind of stuff. And then at one point it just goes, "Bleh, this is actually how I'm feeling." And that's when the magic starts to happen, because like you've always made progress since you came in. But see, when you accepted that you needed some of the mindset stuff like that, is when it all changed, man.
Majorly. It's naivety. It's I've never had to be around that type of thing. I've generally specifically keep myself away from it because I don't really understand it. I don't pretend to understand it because there's a wee bit of me I don't want to know about it. Because it's not a nice subject and it's not something that's generally ever nice to talk about.
No, I get it.
Because everyone's got their own issues or part of it or experiences, and everyone's different. So as bad as it is, if you just stick your head in the sand and ignore it, you're safe.
Yeah. I do get you, mate.
And my head was so far in the sand, thinking, I'm fine.
I think to counteract that, but as well, is like, it's not like when we put your head out the sand, you're like, shit.
Oh,
my
no,
walls are crumbling
absolutely
down.
not.
It wasn't that. It was like, I can't express enough, man, how you were like a very stable person in a good headspace.
Yeah.
But like, you are the definition of going from good to great.
Yeah.
Like, that's the difference here. Like, you don't just start running and then 6 months later, 9 months later, run a sub 46 10K.
Yeah.
It doesn't just happen.
I was fine.
Do you know what I mean?
They said I had a good job, I had a house, I had a wife, I had a very comfortable life generally, other than I worked too much.
But that was the problem.
And I didn't do much else in that.
It was too comfy.
Yeah.
And then we started demanding a wee bit more from you in all the good ways. We were like pushing you that wee bit. Because I remember when you came to Run Club, you're like, my ankle's sore. And I'm like, keep going to a degree. And then it started to like build up a wee bit more. You started to get fitter, started to get stronger. And then now we're looking at like a completely different guy. Like across the board, man. Like
it's
completely, man.
It's completely different to the point man. Nobody recognises me anymore.
Yeah, 100%, mate. It was like, see when we were watching, like, so your before and after pictures, right? I'm pretty sure we could get them coming up here, man, right? But it was like, I remember when you got your first bit of transformation, right? You dropped a good wee bit of weight.
Yep.
And then we started the photoshoot prep, man. And it was about your 5th or 6th week. And I remember Georgia was putting together the pictures on the laptop on a Monday morning. She went, Kieran, fucking look at this, man. And like, you could start to see the abs coming through and all that kind of stuff, man. And like abs was probably never on your, like, not bingo list, if you will, man, but it was probably like, okay, we might get them.
It wasn't something that we even considered, other than maybe right at the very end. There might be a hint of it, or we could manipulate it to a point that
it was possible.
It looks like you might have a wee bit of it.
Like, you've just got walking visible abs now. Like,
it's fucking weird.
It's ridiculous, man.
Even
talk
about right now.
To go from where you were, like, I don't think people understand how fucking hard that is, mate. To go from where you were at, your start body weight, which I can't remember off the top of my head, man.
294 pounds.
294 pounds, man. To then now be 189. Like, that's ridiculous. But to also slap on some serious muscle as well on top of that, mate. Like, obviously, the photoshoot pictures will come out very, very soon. They'll be out by now by the time this podcast comes out. But like when I was just looking at this transform in front of me, it was unbelievable. But the reason why I wasn't that surprised was because of your work ethic in order to actually see the result. So that's why I think, like, to kind of ask the question, man, like, although I do believe that sometimes waiting about for a coach you're kind of wasting time, man, right? But you are like a bit of an anomaly with that, because I've never seen someone come in and for 15 months just hit the ground running, like not miss a beat. Do you think because you went, right, I've decided this is the perfect time for me, I'm fucking going for it?
I think it was a bit of, I'd say to myself, I think we found out through this now I'm goal orientated. And I didn't actually realise how goal orientated. Like, I've always had 5-year plans. And I've always hit them, but with this, set a goal. So, like, when I first decided, right, I'm going to lose some weight, right, I said, right, this is July last year. I said, right, I'm going to lose 5 stone by March this year because it was my pal's wedding. And I had a kilt in the house that I wanted to fit into that I didn't fit into because I was too skinny for it. And then I knew through that, right, I'll need to gain fitness. So something, I don't know why, it's always been in my head that an hour is a 10k time.
Everyone kind of gravitates towards that. They just do.
Yeah.
I mean,
But it's always been in my head and I've never done it. So that was the first one that we said, right, we're going to do this. I was 30 this year and decided I didn't want to be fat, bald and 30.
so we're just bald and 30 now?
So that was generally it. I said, so I can either be bald and 30 or fat and 30. I wasn't going to Turkey to get a hair transplant. So I got fit and 30.
I sat me into it, man. Honestly, man. I imagine you decide to go. Do you know some people will decide to just go and get the transplant instead of getting like a coach? And I'm like,
oh, my boss recommended it.
Get your stomach cut out when you're heading
His son went and got it done and he was like, oh, I can recommend you. I said, I think we get a referral fee. And I'm like,
he's got like that hairdo for the guy for grown ups that pure flaps about and all that.
So that was mine before I got it shaved. But it was literally right, I'll be fit and 30. He said, part of the lives we were talking about kids and things. So I was like, well, I want to be a fit person. I want to be there for my kids. I want to be able to run about and do whatever. I can't even walk up the stairs now.
Yeah.
Like, I walk up 2 flights of stairs in my work and I'm having to take a breather before I go in and see the person because it's embarrassing.
I get you, man.
So how am I going to run after a kid if I can't walk up the stairs?
There's a bit of reality check when you start to think about kids and like you're in a really, really bad spot. But I think as well, it's all well and good talking about like, oh, like, look, we've transformed, you know, that kind of stuff, right? How did you, in your own words, like lose 105 pounds? And I know that's quite a hard question, but just to kind of give the listeners like a bit of an idea of how you actually done it, because people see people doing things like that and go, that can never be me. You were one of the people that said that'll never be me.
Aye.
And look at you. So like, how did you go about it, mate? How did you do it?
It was a bit of just doing as I'm told to an extent, and it's a pure teacher's pet answer. It's literally done as I was told, but right, this is your calories, this is your protein, right, this is what you eat. Okay. So like, when I started the programme, I'd never had yogurt before. I
know, it's a wee small thing,
and
man,
you were like, have yogurt for your breakfast, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do that, I've never had it before.
I forgot about that, man. You were quite pushed back about Greek yogurt. I was like, eat the thing.
I've had a pure dairy thing since I was young.
I forgot about that, mate. I genuinely did forget about that.
I didn't like the look of it, so I just never had it. And then
you
like,
never had it when it's like been open for a bit.
Like, oh.
Now when you open up a tub of Greek yogurt and it's like not been stirred yet,
yeah,
and it's a wee bit like liquidy, man. You're like, it's like 6 a.m. You're like, well, I don't know, man. I don't know about that.
Yeah, so it was just. So I then started having that for my breakfast, and then like I'd always eaten kind of like Cajun chicken pasta for lunch. Like I ate that for like 8 months before, so I just went back to that and ate that, and I was quite happy at it. Like my canteen's not that great kind of thing. He said, especially at that point, it was like 50 Shades of Beige. He said, do you want some chips? Do you want some sausage rolls and whatever else? You're like, no, not really. So I was quite happy eating my own food, and then I've always cooked, so like I was just cooking slightly healthier meals that were portion controlled. So it was easier in that way. The training, it was enjoyable. So like the weights, the running, I've managed to mostly avoid the bike so far.
We'll have a conversation. We're going for dinner after this thing.
Maybe Pat's dinner now.
A 20. We know the ideas for 2026, but I feel like there'll be something maybe floating about the head for 2027.
All right, okay.
Well, it's in my head, so I'm going to ask you if you want to do it. Yeah, do you know what I mean, mate? Because I know you love a challenge, mate. But I think, like, to kind of... sorry, mate, I jumped in there on you, mate.
But no, it was literally, it was just a bit of that. He said, a big bit is surrounding yourself and the right people. It's been with the guys that run club every week, because I think I've missed like 3 run clubs this year. So seeing them every Saturday, and don't be wrong, I had a brownie every Saturday
until
the last 12 weeks. So I'm quite happy to go back to run club on Saturday and get my brownies again.
The good brownies up in that cafe, man. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking really, really good, man.
But everyone knew.
Expensive, but
it's fine. I've just ran 10k.
He's got a promotion, so he doesn't care.
Yeah, I'm losing half a wage in any day now. So
I know. Okay, I know.
Maternity leave. I said
It'll be kicking in, man, isn't it, man? It'll be kicking in. Before we go into obviously that kind of next chapter, I think like as well, like just to kind of like summarise, obviously like you've mentioned about product environment for like really, really helping with weight loss, which is massive because it's a long, boring, hard journey. It really, really is. But I think as well, like what you've done really, really well was the low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Like getting up in the morning and moving, finishing your day with a walk.
Yeah.
Actually tracking with accuracy. It's like when people go, mate, I'm tracking my calories, man, and I have been for months and I'm not losing weight. I'm like, you're not. you're just not, mate. You're not above science. But like some people, like delusion's a big thing.
Yeah.
Is you were very open and honest. So like my advice is if you are trying to lose a substantial amount of weight, low hanging fruit, product environment, and be fucking truthful with yourself.
Aye, so the good thing for me is that I can be really boring with myself.
Which is quite hard for some people, by the way.
Which is, like, I basically everyone I've ever spoke to, and they went, "Oh, what have you done?" And I'm like, "I hate Greek yoga. I hate chicken pasta, and I have dinner." And they're like, "And you eat that every day?" And I went, "For like the last 12 months." And they're like, "How? Like that's disgusting. How can you eat the same thing every day?"
But then again, like in my opinion, like I'll have the same breakfast.
Yeah, but
anyone that's in,
I'm quite happy.
Whether you like it or not, right? Anyone that's in a good shape, 90% of the time will have the same breakfast.
Yeah.
70% of the time will have the same lunch, and then their dinners will change. Do you know what I mean? Like I've got like 3 lunches that will go between the majority of the time.
Yeah.
2 breakfasts that will go through between the majority of the time. And then you add in your wee bits and bobs and stuff like that, man. But it's like, if you say, like, think about it this way, right? If you want to break it down like this, like, you are in a lot of pain mentally because of the shape you're in.
Yeah.
But you don't want to eat the same stuff. You don't want to be bored.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, what outweighs, like, what is the lever you want to pull here? And if it was me and I wanted to get in shape and I really didn't like where I was at, but I was kind of bored with the same food and that kind of stuff. Like, well, you can obviously like go and get different foods, of course you can anyway, right? But just pull the lever, go into Groundhog Day for a wee bit. And then once you've lost a wee bit of weight, you've got yourself into a better condition and right sound. Let's try and tweak it.
That was my photo shoot prep entirely. Was like, I can cook. You see, I think Ashley's made dinner for me like 3 times in 8 years. So like, I'm a decent cook kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I went to the most blandest, plainest foods I possibly could.
And it worked?
Because it was easy to track.
And I think that's as well, man.
Just because it was easy.
People will just try and like pure complicate it and stuff like that. And like, with success, there has to be routine. And with routine, there's Groundhog Day. Like, there is to a certain degree, man. Like, I live the same morning every morning. I live the same night every night.
But you have a goal. They said, so I knew at the end of the 12 weeks, that was my goal. And then it changes. So the food changes with it. So, okay, it was boring. Did I want to eat a chicken wrap that night?
No.
For 3 weeks, 4 weeks? Not really. Because there's only so much seasoning you can put on a bit of chicken before you've eaten it 3 weeks in a row.
Aye, mate. And it served its purpose, mate.
But it served its purpose. It's done. I'm not having a chicken wrap anytime soon.
100%. And I think as well, like we'll obviously move on to like how much an impact it's had on people, and we'll bring Malky into it for a wee bit. I love that guy, man. But it's like, when you think about when we were having that conversation at the start, where it was like, you're just getting takeaways in, you're just eating whatever.
Oh,
and that kind of stuff. See, if you let loose for a period of your life and you've ended up in a bad position, then you probably will need to go from one extreme to the other.
Yeah.
Like if you're tanning all sorts of fucking KFCs, McDonald's, Burger Kings, Greg's, whatever it may be, everything and everything, right? Everything and anything, sorry. Then you can't just expect to just go into balance and
Yeah.
everything to work, right? It might work to a degree, right? But in my opinion, balance is just justification for poor behaviours, right? In my opinion. But then if you actually want to see the change, like remember you've took the piss for years.
Oh,
Like there needs to be the other end of the spectrum where you go, do you know what, right? Groundhog Day, we're
Oh.
making it a bit boring for a bit.
totally.
Like still have like your dinners and that can be what you want, like cool, whatever, within
Yeah.
reason, right? But you're working 60 hour weeks. You can't have a different breakfast every day. You can't have a different lunch every day. You're working 60 hours a week.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? How do you expect change to happen? And I think this is where, like, see when we talk about the boring walk, it's no your evening walk. It maybe is meal prepping that 5 meals and having the 5 meals Monday to Friday and then switching up next week. But that's the boring walk that people don't want to do. That's when you go, I'm not in the mood for that. I'm going to get McDonald's.
Oh, aye.
That's the
you don't
boring
want
work.
to spend those 4 hours of your free time on your Sunday doing your meal prep for the week.
Aye, that you know most people probably don't even eat.
They
They
said
patch it.
because they said so that you can have your breakfast, lunch, and dinner already made for you because you're training, you're walking, you're having
Working.
your own time or working.
Mm-hmm.
They said so that you can come home, stick it in the oven, and it's 10 minutes later, there's your dinner done.
And like, was it worth it? Like when you look at the results at the photo shoot,
After Saturday, it's absolutely worth it.
100%, man. Like literally, man. Like just go to my socials and look at it. It's insane. Like it's absolutely ridiculous to see that transformation. And if you want to see that transformation, man, then I'm not saying you need to eat the same stuff over and over again, right? But you need to be real with yourself. What lever, what decision, what play do you need to make to get that result?
Oh,
And you played Groundhog Day, mate, and it's worked.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They said I done what worked for me, and that was Groundhog Day. They said crazy amounts of steps, morning and night. Gym, 6 days a week in the gym, as much as possible. They said life gets in the way ultimately at points. And yeah, Groundhog Day food. They said it's not
It's not glamorous,
a
man.
photo shoot's not glamorous
It's not
up
glamorous,
until the last 48 hours.
Yeah,
They said till you get your tan done and then you're then you're standing in getting your pictures taken after getting all glossed up.
I think as well, man. I don't know if anyone is. I've never seen this happen before. He passed it, getting your spray tan, man. Like what?
I've not actually told many people that.
Well, now they know, mate. Definitely now they know. Sorry, mate. But how the fuck, man? But he doesn't agree with fumes, man.
No.
Never. Actually, because we get the text in the group chat going, it was Lacey going, he's passed out. I'm like, then what? And instantly I panicked because I was like, all right, we've had you pumped full of 450 grams of carbs for the past couple of days, and obviously you were on like a very, very low amount. I'm like, it's insulin spiked or something. Like he's just sugars and everything's all over the place and he's just keeled over. Nah, it was the fumes. He must have held his breath for too long or something.
It was just the fumes in the booth. They said that,
Brilliant,
like
man.
I made it through the full spray tan, got dressed, made it out, had a conversation for 5 minutes, and then
Dosh.
my head just went fuzzy and I woke up on the ground
Lacey's like, you all right, mate?
with a crunchy shoved in front of me. Going, eat that. And I'm like, no, there's too much fat in it.
Brilliant, man. See as well, mate, like, we'll obviously touch on, like, what's next, because I think we obviously need to do, like, the exciting part of being a dad, man, but what kind of impact has your transformation had on the people around you?
It's quite considerable. So, like, my dad. So my dad's booked High Rocks with me for next year.
Brilliant, man.
Wasn't my idea.
You'll be hooked after this, mate.
Oh, I know.
You will.
but
You will.
It's a very expensive hobby.
Yeah, we've already got him, like, head to toe and represent and stuff like that, man. Like, this is you, mate. This is it. Do you know what I mean?
but
You'll be flying to, like, Poznan in that next major.
there is absolutely no way Ashley's let me do
No,
it.
it's not happening, mate. It's definitely not happening. But as I say, man, like, your dad's had an impact. I know there's been a few boys that you've spoke to that's really
Aye.
leaned into what you're doing. And even, like, a couple of the guys in the programme, mate, I know that they look up to you as well, man.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
it's one of these ones that I've kind of noticed as it's went on that people have seen the difference. People have looked at it and thought, I want a bit of that, or "Oh, if he's able to do all that, then I can do 50% of that," or even just listening and saying, right, well, how did you do it? And I've seen you go from that to that, and just over a year. Like, how did you do it? Why did you do it? And it's for them to then find out, do they actually want to do it, or what is their reason behind it? Because is it just I want to lose a couple of pounds, where we know how that goes, or do I want to be fitter for this, or right, actually I want to get really serious into my sport, so I need to be better at this, or do I just want to be healthier in general, kind of thing? So everyone's trying. Some people are finding the why. Some people are finding that actually they train better if they have a goal at the end rather than just generic training. Some people are trying new things that they didn't before. It's quite cool to see my environment now changing around me. Although it's the same people, they're taking on new things, or they're talking about doing new challenges, doing high rocks, the hybrid games, or the gauntlet, or something around those worlds that they wouldn't have even mentioned 12 months ago.
It's because they see belief, mate. Like, they see a possibility now. And sometimes people just need that person.
Yeah.
That goes, oh, fuck, well, as you touched on, mate, if he can do it, I can do it. Do you know what I mean? And that's what really is the product in the environment. It's not so much going, just cut about with people that are better than you, man. It's like, you cut about with people that really inspire you. Do you know what I mean? And that's why, like, I get a pure buzz off of, like, who we coach. Like, as I say, man, like, we've got yourself, man, who we're going to go to dinner and talk about what you're wanting to do next. I know there's rough ideas and that kind of stuff, but we'll discuss that, obviously. But, like, you've got that, you've got Downey doing an Ironman, you've got multiple marathons coming through, you've got Callum trying to push for winning an ultra up in Tyree and all that kind of stuff, man. Like, there's just so much cool things happening, man. And see, being around that, it inspires you. It really, really does inspire you. Like, see when I'm racing,
difference.
Like, even you guys put me under the best kind of pressure.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm like, fuck, I need to show up here, man. Like, I need to be that guy.
Oh,
because they're the people, like, they're the guys.
It's equally now. It says you need to be faster than us.
I've got no chance with Callum Pratt. Have you seen that boy?
Yeah.
Like, he's a whippet, man.
But
honestly, man.
I'm now sitting thinking, right, I'm trying to catch you.
Yeah, can I catch him? Do you know what I mean? And it's not like a million miles away. And even like me and Jordan doing the Ironman at the end of next year.
Yeah.
It's like, if you told me like even a year ago, and like, don't get me wrong, me and Jordan aren't going to be racing, right? But they'll be but good mates that want to beat each other. Like, but like a year ago, I'd be like, it's cool.
You want the bragging rights?
I'll catch him. I'll catch him on the bike and I'll catch him on the run. I will. Yeah. I don't know anymore, man. But it's just because like you're surrounded by like that kind of dog mentality where people just want to be better, and like they're buzzing for people. But they also go, right, if he can do it, I'm fucking sending this, man. Do you know what I mean? It's a good mentality to have, man.
It's after Downey and Lauren done the ultra, I was like, I want to do an ultra.
Yeah, man.
Like, instantly, that Ashley sitting and giving me the side eye, like, you're not doing an ultra. I'm like, I'm doing an ultra.
Tyree, mate. You know what I mean? Tyree. In that silent comment. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, but I've already looked at it. I said the dates don't really work out great.
It's cool, man. It's cool.
Maybe
cool.
Maybe 27.
You know what I mean? We'll chat
about it. Depending on what this bike thing is.
Defo, man. Defo. But then again, man, like, I love the impact that it's had on your dad. Like, genuinely, man. So we obviously helped Malky for a couple of months, man, before he went away. And, like, mate, your dad's just a joy of a person, man. Like, he's so sound, man. And you very much see you and your dad.
Oh,
and I know you told me that before.
I'm exactly the same person. Like,
brilliant, man.
Working together as well, or going to a company that he's been at for such a long time, and then like I walked in, like I've always been Malky's boy, and I've been known as that my whole life, kind of thing. And then going into an environment where some people know, some people don't, and then even after a number of years, some people are finding out, and then they're going, of course, yeah.
How did I not notice this?
You're exactly the same person. You act the same, you talk the same. And he's been the biggest supporter from the start of, right, what are you doing this week? What are you eating this week? Are you on your calories? Are you doing all this? He said, I haven't even needed you half the time because I've got him sitting there going, right, what's your updates? And the last couple of months, he's really taken it really seriously. Like, I'm now sitting there going, look, I might actually need to do a PT course because I'm getting the updates that I usually send you, he's sending me. And
what I do here?
and he's like, right, what about this? How's my, here's my splits and things. And I said, it's just so good to see how much confidence he's got now. And
Dynamite, man.
he's just loving it. Like, he
loving life,
genuinely
man.
loves going. And it's spurring him on to say, right, because he spoke about High Rocks, like, because one of his pals done it in March this year in Glasgow, and he was like, I think you should do that. And I'm like, nah. I said, I've done a bit of it. Nah, I'm not feeling it. And then came to me, I don't know, 6 weeks ago and was like, I want to do High Rocks. And I'm like, right, okay, let's do doubles. But
Yeah, that's it.
and then it was just sitting there, and now he comes to me every other day with different facts about it or different rules, and it's just awesome to see him so buzzing about
excited, man. Do you know what I mean?
because I know that start line he's going to be ready to roll.
Mate, the tunes and that, mate. AC/DC and stuff, man.
Yeah.
Getting mate, it's brilliant, man. He'll love it, mate. Like, I've always said this as well, man. Like, see with High Rocks, mate. Like, see if I had a race booked and I was injured, I'd still go in the tunnel and I'd just walk out after it, mate. Because like the tunnel, mate, it's not. I know that's not all you pay for, mate. Before anyone goes mental, right? But it's a massive chunk of mate. Like, it's just a buzz, man. Like, you're actually in there, man, full of like pre-workout and caffeine and that, and just like, this is unreal, man. It's the closest thing to a rave, mate. The closest thing to being in a rave, man. You'll love it. But mate, how are you feeling for like doing High Rocks with your dad? Because I think that's going to just become like a pure core memory.
Yeah,
And like the wee bar and that'll be there and everything, mate. Do you know what I mean?
I do so much with my dad in general. So I go to most gigs with him, the football with him, I play golf with him, I work with him. I spend half my life with him, actually.
That was the realisation, Fuck.
So it's one of these ones. He's my best pal. He's the same. I'm the same person.
That's sick, man.
To do it with him will be cool because no many people get to do these things with their dad or just get to do these things in general. So to go do a crazy, stupid race that
he signed you up for.
He signed me up for with him. He said it will be cool.
It'll be class. I like that as well, man, because it's true. Like, see what you said there about like most people don't get the chance to do that with their dad and that kind of stuff, man. It just brought back like a memory from when I done like the Scotland run.
Yep.
And my dad, God love him, man. He done honestly, my dad's 62, right, and he's very, very fit, man. Like really, really is, man. And I'm not just like saying that.
I
like,
know this story though.
You've seen my dad before, and that kind of stuff, man. Like honestly, God love my dad. He's brilliant. But he was at a run the 5K with you at the start of your last day. So it was me, my dad, and Josh, right? And mate, I thought we'd got away for the house. Had we fuck. This was the most elevation in the first half of a day that we'd done in any time. And my dad's like stoating up and doing this hill, man. He's like, how have you fucking run the length of this country? And I'm like, oh, trust me, Dad, it wasn't as bad the full way. You've just picked the first 5K. And my wee Mock came down in the car, man, had to pick him up. He's like, right, that'll do me, I'm away. You know, that kind of stuff, man. But see, just having that, like, Josh took a picture of me and my dad, like, running together.
Yeah.
And see, just having the things, man, it's just pure cool. And, like, what I've noticed, and you'll probably agree with this, like, see my mum and dad, man, like, they see all the things that we do, and they just love it.
Yeah.
Like, I think they just sit back and go, we've done all right. And I think like that's a nice thing to give to them, man, because they did, man. Like, mum and dad have raised me right, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And you can tell from talking to yourself that you're much the same. And I think, like, for every parent to want to get to a point and go, yeah, we've done good, man. We've done all right, man.
I totally.
You know what I mean?
Said I've got the wee man coming on. Well, literally any day now.
Any day, man.
And if I can have the same relationship with him as I've got my dad, then it's just perfect.
The jobs are good, isn't it?
It's literally the best experience you can have. So if he can grow up and see that his dad and his grandpa are doing these mad things, then he's got to believe that anything's possible.
100%.
If I can, if my dad can drag me around the High Rocks, I said, then what's he going to think we can do?
100%, man. And I think as well, man, like, how are you... Obviously, life is going to be so much different in the next month.
Yeah.
I know we've got some big targets that you're still wanting to do, man. How are you feeling about becoming a dad?
I'm just buzzing now. I think it's one of these ones. We knew very early on. I said we've talked about it for a long time. Literally, we've talked about it since the discovery call.
That was one of the goals, man.
This is going to happen, and it was a goal to be a dad. So it's
the last one for the initial discovery call that we get to tick off, man.
It's the last
It's
one.
the last one, man, which is just cool as fuck, man.
But I just can't wait. It's been on the books for, like, I've wanted kids forever, and not everyone gets to have this, and it's just a pleasure to get the experience. And I can say that I'm a guy. It's obviously Ashley's had a different experience.
She's ready now, man, isn't she?
Oh, she's ready, but we just can't wait, and you get to do all the firsts and all the fun things, and I just watch them grow up and
sick, man.
See what happens and what doesn't happen, and see how you can help scope his life.
It's a mad concept, but that human relies on you. No one else, mate.
By the way, just everything about having children is wild.
I can imagine, mate. I can imagine. I'm terrified for when it's me. Terrified. Excited, but terrified.
Especially because he'll be the same height as you when he comes out.
I can't even say anything. You know what I mean? What do we say? Do you know what I mean? I might be buying him dinner or fuck's sake. Do you know?
Yeah, I've been told he said apparently he's got really long legs and broad shoulders.
This wee man is like, he'll be the same height as me when he's 7, mate. Do you know what I mean? It's like, see our niece, man. Our niece Eva, man. She literally is like the same height as Georgia and a bit like a ball hair smaller than me, man. She's 10, mate. I'm like, fucking hell. But nah, mate, I'm absolutely buzzing for you, man. It's like, see when you see good people just living the good life, man. It really does put a smile on my face, and like, it's all came about because you just took control, man. Like, you went, this is what I want. I'm making it fucking happen. And I think a lot of people miss that. They miss that part where they go, I want this life. All right, well, what are you going to do to make it happen? And I think a lot of people miss the part that when you need to do the work, and you've done the work religiously, mate. So honestly, Neil, like, I could not be more proud of you, man. Like, for everything you've achieved, man. But just before we round it up, man, like, what's next for you? Apart from being a dad, because I know that's a big one.
In the next few months, it's going to be nappies, sick, and feeding mostly.
Yeah.
Next year, obviously, High Rocks, we spoke about that. Edinburgh Marathon. And then, I'm not sure at the moment. Probably a couple 10Ks, maybe a half marathon, maybe another marathon. Maybe the hybrid games. It's a wee bit open after May next year.
It's exciting, but man.
And a very special project.
Tell you more about that well, it'll be up by now. Aye, when this podcast out, we'll be talking about it, isn't it?
I don't know.
Extra miles running a length island, man. It's out now, man. Do you know what I mean? Project Island are going to go for, man. Relay style, innit? 10k efforts running through the dark, camper vans. Jamesy boys coming out to record that. Be hanging out the motor, man, like that. Action shots and stuff, man. But by the time this pod comes out, it will be out live. It's going to have to be now. But yeah, man, we've got very, very exciting things, man. And if you want to run the length island, man, join the extra mile. Plug that in there, man, isn't it?
Aye.
But no, I think like that's a very, very good spot to wrap it up as well, mate, because like what I predict you will do, especially with being a dad, is you will not let up. You will use that as even more of a reason why to show up for yourself, to be better, to get stronger, to get faster. And this is where a lot of people go wrong, in my opinion. Within circumstances, when things change, maybe that's more of a reason to even lean in even more, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
This will be the easy point for me to chuck it.
Definitely, man. And like, if you could just sum up this year as a whole, how would you sum it up, looking back at everything you achieved, everything that's changed and everything that's about to happen? If you can sum it up, how would you sum it up?
It's the year that everything changed. Is probably the easiest way to say it.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Because everything did change.
Literally everything.
Definitely, man. Guy likes a spray tan and everything now. That's it.
I do not like a spray tan.
Hated it. You fucking hated it, man. Honestly, you're looking beautiful, but man. But
the photos are worth it, but Never again.
No, mate, if I liked my spray tan, I was into it, man.
Yeah, you said for 12 weeks you were going to get a spray tan. You never got it.
Shat it.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Even Georgia got one.
I know.
And I was sitting there when I looked at Big Jordan Moore, I was like, well, fucked it, big man. Fucked it.
You spoke about it for 12 weeks
Shite
and you
bag,
never
man.
done it.
All talk, mate. All
Right.
talk, man. All talk, no bite, man. But guys, thank you very much for tuning in on that podcast, man. Neil, thank you very much for coming on. I
Thanks
really,
for
really do
having me.
appreciate you, mate. But guys, if you're watching this, man, like take inspiration from Neil's journey, because it's very hard to lose that amount of weight. It's very hard to take control of your life, and it's very hard to get excited again. But Neil's living proof that is more than possible, and that you can change absolutely everything, man. So take inspiration from that. There is hope, and you can transform across the board. You just need to put in the work. Now, that being said, man, if you are watching this on Spotify, man, please make sure you are following, and please share it to your Instagram. Tag myself, Kieran Ingram Extra Mile, and Neil, what's your Instagram if you want a wee tag, wee bit of noise in there?
I genuinely don't know what to tell you.
Patch Neil's Instagram, mate. I'll put it.
Just follow Kieran. I'm all over it.
He's all over it, man.
You'll find me on that
Poster
somewhere.
boy, innit?
Poster boy, aye. So I got told the other day there.
Well, man, but as I say, please, man, give it a wee share on Instagram, man. Pass it to a friend that might be struggling in a similar position to Neil, because it could be the turning point for that person. And if you're watching it on YouTube, as usual, like and subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one.